I'm Dr. Terrence Barrett. I am the Chief of Gastroenterology and Liver at the University of Kentucky. It's called Digestive Disease and Nutrition. My goals were to go into engineering and then go into law school and become a patent lawyer. I changed first year at Notre Dame into pre-med. Became very interested in World Hunger Coalition, a lot of very altruistic organizations, and I liked science. I liked science, and so the combination of altruism and science got me into medicine. Specializing was a combination as well. So I actually loved surgery. In med school, I loved it. I used to volunteer to be on call extra nights just to be in the OR. And I was at the University of Illinois Med School, which also rotated through Cook County, so I had an amazing surgical experience. If you go into medicine, and the most surgery-like specialty, is gastroenterology. Similar kind of thing happened with my subspecialty. So I went and did a rotation with one of the top rheumatologists in the country, my fourth year, who was in private practice at the time. And he really turned me on to immunology. So I loved immunology, I loved autoimmune disease. And if you kind of blend immunology with gastroenterology, you end up in inflammatory bowel disease. So the University of Chicago, which is where I went and did my fellowship, and then I did all this extra immunology training. That was a center for inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis. So I had an introduction to that very early on in my fellowship, and then I extended my fellowship for another 3 years, did an immunology fellowship on top of it. So that can combine gastroenterology and immunology, which is what I did for the rest of my career. So I enjoy, the complex immunology problems. And that's what the patients with inflammatory bowel disease really pose. My perfect patient is somebody who's really sick, very complex, the disease is really kind of taking over their life, and I'm able to convert that patient back into doing what they want to do, pursuing their dream. A lot of patients are young, so getting them back into school or getting them into early career development. Or in the elderly folks, getting them safe, getting them, where they're interacting with their families. But getting the disease out of their life, that's really what I tell patients my goal is. So I deal with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. One of the guys I trained with at the University of Chicago was actually one of the cohorts of Dr. Crohn. My clinic, I would say, if I see 16 or 17 people on a morning now, probably 15 of them will have Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. I will go out into other collagenous colitis or lymphocytic colitis, which are also immune-based diseases. Celiac sprue, which is a immune-based disease where you don't absorb iron as well as other foods. And then I also work on eosinophilic esophagitis, which is an immune-based disease in the esophagus. When you know someone has given up and they just don't have anywhere else to turn, they've been to outside doctors and the doctors don't have any more answers for them. And they've kind of resigned themselves to that, this is it, I don't have anywhere else, this is my life, I'm going to be disabled, I'm going to have to just deal with this the best I can. And they're young, and to take a person like that, get their disease completely under control, get them back in control, get them back to work, gain weight, become a, whatever person they want to become, family person, work person, whatever, and then have them come back year in and year out, just a completely different person, and that's kind of the reward that we get.